two, one, go.
Hi, my name is Alexa Angulo, and we're here to talk about a proposal to help fix a prevalent problem at Elitch Gardens. What is the problem? The problem is retention. Elitch Gardens must replace an average of 50% of its employees throughout each season. That's roughly 1,000 additional employees that must be hired and trained on top of the initial 2,000 that are hired every year. This data has been collected from human resources by going through employee files and determining the number of individuals that have been terminated by quitting or never showing up after being offered a job throughout each season for the last 5 years. These numbers do not include employees that are laid off at the end of each season. The need to hire additional employees causes tremendous additional costs in training, recruiting, uniforms, and interviews. Training may not be thorough, and as the organization becomes increasingly desperate to fill vacant spots, the quality of employees may go down. The pie chart on the upper left shows the breakdown costs to hire a single employee, which is $272. This data was gathered from human resources. The bottom chart on the right shows the cost in the problem with retention. Beginning in 2011 and ending in 2016, the number of employees that voluntarily leave before the end of each season has been calculated. Elitch Gardens hires 2,000 individuals every season. This is a base cost of $544,000 to hire a full staff. In 2013, our organization lost 1,450 people throughout the season, forcing the company to hire another 1,450 to fill the vacancies, resulting in an additional cost of $394,400 and a total of $938,400 for the year. What has already been done to solve this problem? We've already tried a few different solutions over the years to try to solve this retention problem. These include employee incentives such as free park passes for friends and family, season ticket discounts, recognition for a job well done through rewards and free food, and free admissions for employees on their day off. Other solutions that we've tried include offering flexible schedules to work with a large number of student employees, the ability to take time off and come back, the opportunity for promotion, and the ability to come back every season and have a job. The list of solutions that have already been implemented was given to employees that have been with the company for more than one season. It asked them to choose the top reason why they choose to stay with the company, and the results are shown in this chart. So far, employee incentives was the most popular reason why individuals choose to stay. It may be a good idea to look into other ways we can offer incentive to our employees. The proposed solution to start fixing the retention problem at Elitch Gardens is to increase communication between employees and supervisors and their departments. Employees often contact human resources because they are confused as to who their supervisor is and how to contact them. They are also not sure where to find their schedules. Supervisors are not communicating these things to their employees. This problem is causing frustration and causing an unsatisfied experience with work for employees. Ultimately, this may be a problem contributing to employee turnover. Some of the pros and cons to implementation of this solution is increasing communications. It is cost effective. The pros is that it's cost effective. We could have relatively quick implementation. It can result in higher efficiency for employees, less time wasted from employees trying to find their schedules and get in contact with their supervisors, and it can decrease frustration and confusion. The cons to this, to implementing increasing communication, is successful implementation is not guaranteed. Supervisors may not fully participate even after they've been trained. Determining which employees belong to which supervisors may become confusing. and the time that it will take to train the supervisors, along with the additional costs of man hours to train them. How will we implement increasing communication within the company? We will begin by planning the supervisor training. Where, when, and how often will we be holding this training? We are going to compile contact information for each supervisor and what the best way is to contact them. We will begin by assigning employees to supervisors. We will make sure that there are easy access to schedules in human resources, and human resources will also know where to find schedules. We will train the supervisors, educate them on communication techniques, and how to make themselves available to employees. How do we know that this worked? This whole plan worked? The short-term measure of success will be employee surveys. Once the plan has taken effect and everyone has gone through training, we will give out employee surveys asking them if they know where to find their schedules, who their supervisor is, and how to contact them. We will also leave room for employees to make suggestions and rate how much communication has or has not improved. The long-term measure of success will happen through the next 5 years. We will determine if a higher number of employees decide to stay with the company compared to previous 5 years before we started the communication initiative. And some final thoughts. Increasing communication between employees, departments, and supervisors is the first step towards lessening turnover and moving towards satisfied long-term employees. There are numerous other solutions to the retention problem in the works, but increasing communication is something that we can start on almost immediately and with long-term benefits.